Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the movie that you've been waiting on. The much-anticipated film based on the worldwide phenomenon about robots built to entertain children who end up getting possessed and turning evil and going on violent murdering sprees against any human who bumbles into their path. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Ah! That's the one! Five Nights at Freddy's. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Five Nights at Freddy's is a 2023 horror movie based off the popular series of games of the same name. It stars Josh Hutcherson, Elizabeth Lail, Piper Rubio, and Matthew Lillard, and in it, Hutcherson plays a troubled man hired as a security guard at a shuttered pizzeria. At first, the job seems easy, and then bam! Haunted animal robots. That's how I lost my last job. And so the man, his sister, and a cop who is suspiciously involved must set out to not only survive 5 nights at this place, but also solve the mystery of what happened to the man's missing brother. So, first of all, this movie is not scary. Not in the least little bitty bit. If it took a test on how to be a horror movie, it failed every class, was held back, and then expelled, but thankfully, being a horror movie really isn't in Five Nights at Freddy's wheelhouse. This is an adaptation of a video game first and foremost, and although I'm nowhere near as privy to the lore as the gang of nerds that I watched this movie with, I have played the first 3 games and I did enjoy them, and Five Nights at Freddy's the movie is a very faithful and loving adaptation of those games. You can point out a dozen things in this movie to find fault with, but you cannot watch it and say that those who made it did not care deeply about the source material, even going so far as to make the animatronics look just like they do in the game, sacrificing realism to remain true to the game's vision. And that's fine, because if you're watching a movie about killer pizza robots possessed by the souls of children murdered by a huge yellow bunny and you're worried about realism, you really just need to stop going to movies because they really are silly things. Josh Hutcherson plays a very likable protagonist. He's torn, he's tired, and he's in a position that he never wanted to be in. Who can't identify with that? His life is spiraling because of traumas old and new, and you just feel for the guy. He's got an edge without being unlikable, and I really dig that in the long run. Josh needs more starring roles. He's a wonderful everyman. I enjoyed this movie. It's not a masterpiece or a revelation, but I do enjoy seeing a movie lovingly crafted and made with such obvious passion. The thing that elevates Five Nights at Freddy's even more is that it remains simple. I'm well aware that the lore of these games are so massive that they collapse in on themselves with such a huge force that they create a singularity so powerful that not even light can escape it. But the movie makes the very wise decision to keep things as uncomplicated as possible. Nothing about the bite of 87, no doors that strangely open when they lose power, and no annoying former guard on the answering machine. Everything is straightforward and simple, shedding unnecessary backstory for something that even non-fans can get into. But be warned, Five Nights at Freddy's is a movie made for the fans, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you've never played a FNAF game, this movie will not be for you and will probably leave you scratching your head. If you enjoy the games, I honestly cannot imagine you not enjoying the movie. It's a little too serious and a little too joyless and a complete failure of a horror movie, but as a video game adaptation, it's pitch perfect and a product of love. I'm giving it a recommendation. As a casual fan of the first few games, I liked it. It's a weird little movie, but I dig weird little movies. I dig them a lot, but tell me something. Where was Markiplier, though? Has anyone heard from him? I'm a little worried. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for updates. I'm Jason, and this is that movie review show that I never bothered to name.